sausage singing. Ready?
All right, let's do it. All right. Like to call to order the Town of Fraser Town Board meeting at 6 p.m. Can I have a roll call, please?
Katie Fisher,
Adam Quicklin.
Peggy Smith, Julie White,
Louis Gregory.
Katie Souls.
And Brian Sirkbenick. Could I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I move to approve the agenda. Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Could I have a motion to approve the consent agenda, which includes the minutes for July 2nd, 2025, recommending approval of final plat and major site plan for Centrum condominiums, motion for continuance, resolution 2025-0705, Fish Winter Park fishing license.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Moving on to open forum. This is for business not on the agenda. If there's no one in the audience here, but if anyone online would like to speak, we can give them 3 minutes.
Yeah, good evening, guys. My name's Andrew Martin. I am from the architecture firm D2C. We're working on the Public Works campus. I promised you guys last month I would come to this meeting and give you an update. I was told that this would be a good opportunity during the open forum to speak.
Andrew, we have you listed on the agenda. You'll be.
Oh, okay.
You're okay.
Well, just let me know when you'd like me to go, and I'm happy to jump in.
20 seconds.
Very soon.
Okay.
Paul does have a strong opinion about it.
Yeah. Okay.
To speak for open forum, please raise your hand. Nope.
All right, we'll keep moving. Discussion and possible action regarding an update from D2C Architects regarding Public Works facility. Andrew, you have the floor.
All right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you squeezing me in on the agenda. Like I said, last month I was here at the board. I presented our Public Works campus. And at today's meeting, I wanted to give you guys a quick update on one major find that we had this past month. And if you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. All right. Are you guys able to see the site plan?
Yes.
All right. So within this last month, we actually had a official survey done of the property so that we could get a better sense of our layout. And this was quite a change here that I wanted to bring to your attention. It turns out that I believe in the year of 2007, part of this property was given over, and I'm not sure what the details were, but was given over to the adjacent cemetery. And so what that did was actually move our property boundary 37 feet inward on the site. I believe that's actually south, but what you're seeing here with the rotated north arrow is a plan west shift of 37 feet. So I wanted to bring this to your attention because it was a major development that we learned over the last month. It sounds like that property does, we've done some research, it does officially belong to the cemetery. So I wanted to give you that update just so that you understand moving forward that we've lost this little block in red here to the cemetery. We have no plans to change any of the buildings that will be on the site. They will all still be the same size that you're seeing here. But what we will be doing is shifting. This was where we had the greenhouse and the heated storage last time we met. We'll be shifting this whole campus down to the south in order to fit all the buildings on there. We will still keep our heated storage and the greenhouse up in this area with the same arrangement, but what we will do is probably shift our heated storage over here to meet with the cold storage. So I just wanted to bring this development to your attention because next time you see a official site plan, we will be moving the site boundary 37 feet over.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's big.
Has the cemetery started using the space?
I don't believe so. I don't know a whole lot of details about this, but I do know that that after we found this out by the survey, Public Works has done a little research and they have found out, I believe it was 2007, that that land was annexed into the cemetery.
So, I think it was 2017, and that's when we did the County Road 72 realignment.
Okay,
That was an exchange of right of ways. Andrew, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of giving the board just a quick update on that.
sure.
Is your microphone on?
It's on.
Mike?
Test, 1, 2.
There you go.
And it was part of that project. I was not aware of that, so I was not involved in that right of way exchange with the cemetery, but that's what that was for, was so that we could realign that road to come around and required to trade off land.
Doesn't seem like that big of a hiccup to me. I mean,
Yeah, just less space.
Yeah.
Would you would lose parking then, right?
We're gonna try to maintain as much parking as we can, but we will probably lose some of this guest parking. Just because we'll have to rotate one of the buildings over here. We'll still have the same drive aisles. We'll still have an entrance down here and a north entrance up by the administration for visitors to come to the site. Like I said, we're not planning on losing any of the buildings that we've planned on the site. But I just wanted to bring it to the board's attention that that was a pretty major development that we found out this last month.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Unless we could buy the land back from the cemetery, I don't think there's anything we can do.
I'll have to talk to Kurt, thank you, and see.
Yeah.
So
They're buried. We could
when this came forward, because we had made an agreement to exchange so we took cemetery property down in the curve in exchange for this land up here. So when we found out, I told D2C that we need to honor that to start. So let's make it, if it doesn't fit, then we can approach maybe getting that land back or losing a storage bay, but see if we could fit it on the site. And they were able to make it fit on the site with the rotation. And there's a little bump out in the building that was coming out. So it made it work, remove some exterior, remove some hallway space and things to kind of make it fit. But the idea was we went into an agreement with them. So I felt we should honor the agreement to start. And if we can make it fit, let's honor the agreement that we made rather than try and get it back before we tried to make it fit.
Yeah, I can reach out to Kirk and just chat with him.
See if there's any. I don't know. I agree. Like, let's, yeah, explore all of our options, I guess. Yep.
So just from a planning standpoint, we're gonna move forward with planning the campus as if we do not have that 37 feet. And like I said, we will maintain all the buildings that we originally planned on the campus, but the next time you see a site plan, we just want you to be aware of where that 37 feet went.
Gotcha.
all right, makes sense to me. Thank you.
Of course. Just as I wanted to give you guys a quick update on where we're at. So we have actually, from the last time we met, taken the blocking plans. We're actually going into what we call schematic design. This is where we start laying out the buildings in a more of a traditional format with floor plans that show circulation, show bathrooms. We're starting to identify electrical rooms. And what all this gets us at the end of the day is we will have a set of schematic design plans that will include architectural, structural, civil, and mechanical, plumbing, and electrical by the end of July. The plan is at that time, we will be turning those set of plans over to our CMGC that's on board, which is Big Valley Construction. I believe Davis was at the meeting in June and you met him. We will be turning those plans over to Big Valley Construction to do a preliminary pricing exercise. What we hope to achieve with that is when we come to the August 20th meeting, we will be presenting the board with our first set of preliminary pricing. We will also have a full set of plans, as I mentioned, with all the consultant drawings for your review. So I wanted to give you that update that the next time you see me, I will be there with Big Valley Construction and we will be presenting the first set of preliminary pricing for the project. One other quick update I also wanted to mention is that we have a tentative pre-app meeting at the beginning of August with the planning department. So we hope to have some news on what, if any, input that they've given us prior to that meeting as well. And that is pretty much the update that we have to give to you guys today. And we look forward to seeing you in August and presenting the pricing and hopefully some more details about the project.
Great. Good work.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys for your time and thank you for letting me join.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you being here.
Thank you. We'll see you in August.
Okay.
Great.
Have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, we will move on to treasurer's report. Lori.
Right? Good evening, Mayor and trustees. Lori Waters, Finance Director for the town of Fraser. Nice to see you all. We haven't done this for a bit. So we're gonna do the usual statement of funds, sales tax, short-term rental tax, remote sellers, and the new page, which is budget expenditure analysis. So here we are, and this is June reporting. I haven't closed July, so we're June. We're still looking pretty good so far with our operating cash and our reserves, but projects are in full swing. So just so you know, next month it may not look quite so pretty, but we have those beautiful new sidewalks in Eisenhower. Yes, I've test walked them, and it is rather nice to be walking down Eisenhower and not facing down a big truck going the other way that's not giving you an inch. So that is nice. We're making good progress out on the town hall. I want to give a shout out to our crew. I think the schoolhouse park, they did an awesome job. Just brightening up the park for the kids and getting a couple of, we've got a swing still coming, I do believe, and we're still waiting for some other little diggers and things for the sandbox, but I think it looks great. The groundbreaking for the bike park is July 22nd. And then St. Louis, the grant reimbursements have been submitted. And for this go round, all of them put together, all things considered, Main Street Live, Public Works, More Housing Now, and strong communities, a total of $868,500 in grant reimbursements will be coming in the next few weeks. And so far, I haven't heard anything like I've made any big goof ups, so that should be going well. Okay, so sales tax revenue. We are that blue one that should be kind of right in the front. And so these are your May sales tax. These were collected in June. And it's trending actually just a little bit above prior years. So the June sales tax collection, it's pretty much on average for the May timeframes in average years, but it was 3.46% higher than June 2024. So we're not in too bad a shape. I was in touch and on listserv, and all of us finance directors were talking about sales taxes. So some interesting facts, like Colorado Springs is down 0.5%. Little town called Kersey, which is over by Greeley, is down 14%. City of Loveland is down 3.5%. Cortez is up 2.5. Evans is up 5%. Westminster is up 4%. And I don't know what the heck Leadville's up to, but they are up 25%. That was just unbelievable. But you know, they're rocking in Leadville. So our short-term tax revenue, again, good performance for May. It's right there showing up on the June, because again, that we collected those taxes, but that is the main number. So we were higher, 9.99% over June of the prior year.
So, but we increased our fee, didn't we, this year?
Yes, but this
By-
is just the taxes. This is
Oh,
just
that
the
was-
taxes they're paying it. Yeah, no, short-term rentals, actually, we're doing pretty well on receiving the funds. Fees are being paid. Wendy has done an excellent job of making sure and helping everybody get through their inspections, the fire inspections with the fire department. And so, yeah, they are cranking right along. I just was doing some work on the funds from Stripe, and it was a pretty good month for, yeah, this would be the
Awesome.
June amounts. It was a good month, you know, over $20,000, but then it gets split between everybody. So
Cool.
pretty good. But this is just the taxes coming in.
Okay.
And then remote sellers, they just kind of do their own little thing. They stay right in about the same grouping from year to year. No big gains, no big losses. So they were just a little lower, 3.01% lower than June of 2024, but still well within pretty much their normal range. Then, oh, I should have blown that up a little more. The budget tracking sheet, this is basically just giving you guys an analysis of about where we are on what we've been spending on the budget. And my personal opinion is we're right on track for about the time of year. We are, you know, into this is starting the third quarter, and I don't see anything really jumping out of line at the moment, to where there was a little bit of a bump in the water fund and the wastewater fund. There were some replacements and some bigger items that needed to be paid for. There was a little bit of a filter problem over at the wastewater treatment plant, and that's increased the cost for all of the entities on the JFOC. But really, nothing is leaping out at me as, oh my goodness, what's going on? So we're doing good.
So the
Yes, ma'am.
Capital asset fund, 800,000, but actual is zero. Can you explain that to me?
We haven't purchased any capital assets,
Okay, gotcha.
okay?
Thank you. That makes sense. I just
Yeah,
didn't
no
understand.
capital asset. We did purchase, it wasn't really a purchase. We replaced one of the side-by-sides. If you look at the capital equipment replacement,
Yep.
one of the side-by-sides that was in an unfortunate accident was totaled primarily because they didn't have any replacement parts. So the insurance company reimbursed us, but because we bought a new one, the only amount that the town paid in was the $10,000 showing out of the capital replacement fund. That was the town's expenditure to buy that brand new side-by-side.
Great.
So still, I think everything's tracking. Now, this is all going to take, again, a big jump next month because of the amount of projects we have going on and getting, the billings are going to be coming in. I don't think we paid for the sidewalks yet, but that should have probably happened just about a week or so ago. So looking good. Cool.
So Lori, the wastewater funds, is that an isolated expenditure, or is that something that's large enough that we should be considering rates or
The thing about the filter failure over at the wastewater plant, we are having to do replacements and work and engineering and all kinds of things so that we can get Joe Fuqua's been working really, really hard on, this is going to be a warranty. So, but right now the outlay is work that just absolutely has to be done, and these things have to be corrected to keep the plant moving. But we are anticipating that because it's a warranty, that there will be reimbursement. I can't
the
guarantee.
financial impacts will be minimal
Yeah.
in the long run?
Yeah.
And so it's not a long-term budgeting concern. Okay.
No, not at this time. Not until we replace that whole thing, but that'll be a whole different story and a whole different funding problem.
We'll have
A
a
whole
different
different
conversation.
board. So possibly, we don't know. But anyway, so
Thank you.
all in all, I think the performance of the town is just kind of right on track.
Great. Good news. Thanks, Lorraine.
Thank you.
Great.
You bet. Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to a marketing update. Sarah.
Hello, Sarah.
Mayor, trustees, it's been a while. Thanks for having me. Sarah Wick, the Marketing and Communications Manager for the town of Fraser. Can you pull up the? That's okay.
It's hiding in there somewhere. I don't use it.
If you have the document open in Internet, it's the middle top tab for documents. Right above your currently highlighted window. Right there. Is it open? Is the document open?
So what kind of swag were you giving away last night? I didn't make it over there.
Oh, we were doing socks.
Okay.
Yep. That always creates a line.
Right.
No, we had a really big crowd last night too.
Yeah, it was a great crowd.
Yeah.
Well, and the Leaving Planet Earth people, I'm bet there were 300 people there today at least over at the Icebox.
Oh, really?
And that
Wow.
was on their schedule for Tuesday night after registration at Fraser River Brewing.
Okay. Were they so were they there last night?
Here, yeah, not
Okay.
all of them, but I'd say probably 20.
Okay,
30 people.
okay.
That was
Yeah.
probably the busiest I've ever seen Music in the Park.
There was a migration coming.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
I was talking to Michael today and I said, you know, there wasn't really much room to sit,
Yeah.
I can't.
you know, after it filled in around 7 o'clock. So
Yeah, it
it's
was
getting
great.
bigger.
It was very fun.
Yeah.
So I came to your office today with Michael helped me because I went to the reunion
Uh-huh.
and grabbed 2 packages of the Leaving Planet Earth, Fraser, Colorado, Leaving Planet Earth.
Uh-huh.
I was very popular. At the end, I was like, if you live here, you don't get one. You gotta live out, and you don't get one if you were here after 1980. Just 79, 70s and 60s only. People were very happy.
Oh,
They'll be
good.
all over
That's
the
good to
country.
hear.
Yeah.
All right, so this is my quarterly market update. I feel like it's been more than a quarter, but here I am. So first, is that working? Worst marketing update ever. Oh, there we go. We're going to go through some social media stats and analytics, and then both of the websites, active marketing campaigns, events, and then we can take questions, and then this will be over. First, we're going to talk about social media, our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. These are just some definitions if you guys ever have any questions about what I'm talking about. There's obviously more, but these are the top ones. So this is Facebook numbers for just our regular Facebook page, the Town of Fraser Facebook page. So we've had a net follower growth of 179, good impressions, and the community content seems to be pushing this. And these are the top Facebook posts. That first one is for Mural Fest. The second one was everybody's favorite about the dog poop and the mural park, which was disgusting. But it, you know, as you can see, the total engagements was 1,200, which is good. And then the Middle Park Medical Center opening. This is the official Instagram page for the Town of Fraser. And this one also had a good net follower growth. And that's, you know, people that we gained and lost. These are the top Instagram posts. Again, the medical center opening was a top one. And then the second one was the mayor at Spring Splash.
Next time you go shirtless.
And then another one for the Mural Fest, of course.
Engagement, Brian.
Our mayor gets great engagement. So this is our Instagram for Explore Fraser, Colorado. That's our tourism focused Instagram. Net follower growth of 164, impressions around 12,000, and then engagement was 454. And these were the top rated posts. We have 2 for Mural Fest, and then that middle one is the marketing video.
So what does engagement mean? What do they do when they engage?
So engagement could be anything from commenting to sharing,
Okay.
and then impressions are just the number of times people see them.
Gotcha.
So, you know,
Makes
both are important. I think engagement's a little bit more important because people are sharing and doing that kind of thing, but
So
that's just me.
Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
like, I like the stats, but I don't really have a reference point. So
So I was
on these
right.
news, are they 10% growth or 5% or?
Right. There's going to be another slide that kind of covers all of that, like the increased growth for the last one. And I was doing it kind of different the last time. I was comparing it to the last time frame, and I thought that might have been a little bit confusing because sometimes I would say that we gained followers, but that was a percentage decrease from the last time. So I don't know which one's easier for you
Yeah.
to.
I think you're making it more simple now.
Okay. And like there's another slide that has like the percentage increases, which may clarify things, I hope. YouTube is always the little engine that could. 34 followers. I can't really track the impressions on that. And then the engagement is 144. These are the top videos on our YouTube. It's the marketing video that I've recently updated that we'll be publishing. And then also I've been adding a lot of these little point of view trail videos that you can find on Explore Fraser, Colorado and the Find Your Flow page. So that's the second one. And then there's a planning commission meeting on there too, which is interesting. Okay, so Adam, this is the slide that I was talking about that may be helpful for you. You can see that follower growth is steady, and then it has Facebook plus 179, and that's a 30%, almost a 30% increase. Is that kind of what?
That's what. I-
Okay, yeah.
And I did look through it. I must have missed this.
Is that over the same time last year? Or is
It's
it from the
it's
last
comparing it to the previous 4 months.
Gotcha, the
Yep.
last quarter. Gotcha.
And I can start doing that again. Like I said, I just thought it was a little bit confusing.
Or the last third. No, oh, that's great. That's
Okay.
good growth for 4 months.
30% over a quarter.
Right.
We need a TikTok.
Huh?
We need a TikTok account.
I've been thinking about that, but just more video, right?
It's one.
Yeah.
So overall, the good things that are happening is there's growth across the board with impressions, video views, engagement. That probably has to do with the strong posting frequency is probably the key driver. Oh, can you go to the next slide for me? That's okay. And this is things that could be improved. I always say there's room for improvement. Redefining the real strategy, boosting link clicks, clarifying the page roles. So there's a clear definition between Explore Fraser and the regular Fraser page. I've been trying to do different content. It's just, writing and videos for both, and YouTube is can be a little bit challenging. What else? And then potentially using FAQs in the comments and generating content from that. Okay, now we're to the website. So FraserColorado.com is the more civic website, and then the Explore Fraser Colorado is our tourism based. Fraser, Colorado, our monthly visitors is 4.5 thousand. Average engagement time is pretty low, at 42 seconds. The homepage and calendar are our most visited pages, and the top audiences were Denver and Phoenix of all places, which I thought was interesting. And Explore Fraser, 2.5 thousand. Average engagement time is a little bit longer. They're hanging out on there a little bit longer, looking for things. Picnic in the Park was the top visited page. Now it's the Fraser Mural Fest. I have an ad going promoting that, but people are digging the Picnic in the Park, and then also events. The thing that I'm finding is that most people that are visiting both pages are on the calendar or looking for things to do, especially with Explore Fraser Colorado. They're looking for events. Those are always kind of the top searched words. And the audiences are Colorado, Kentucky, and Texas, of course. So these are the top search words for people that are coming to explore Fraser. Fraser Music in the Park, Fraser Events, Fraser Colorado Events, and Fraser Mountain Mural Festival. Again, these are all events, people looking for things to do. These are our active ad campaigns. There's one in the Explore Grand. It's a full page ad. There's another one in the Trail Guide. And of course, both of these are directing people to the Find Your Flow. And then the Roku CT streaming ad, that's doing really well. You can see the numbers up there, and that's a streaming ad. And you probably won't see that because I have it targeted towards the Front Range people. So I haven't seen it up here. So that's it. What's next? So we have Mural Fest coming up August 1st through the 3rd, of course. So we're working on that. I'm going to start adding more to the blog. I was kind of on a roll and then I've tapered off. So I'll start doing that. More video, of course. We can never have enough. I've also been scheduling on the social media calendar. So it's kind of on autopilot right now, but I'm always adding to that calendar. Focus on launching the business in Fraser on that Explore Fraser website. Utilize YouTube more, of course. Potentially a new live camera. I have some questions for you guys about Fire and Ice 2026 because we've already started talking about that. And then potentially a new spring event celebrating the start of biking season, potentially located at the bike park. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, just a comment about the metrics.
Mm-hmm.
Can you normalize them? So we could compare what we're doing
Versus somebody else?
yeah, Winter Park or Aspen or Vale or some other
Absolutely.
normalize it by the population or some other metric. So, I mean, an increase year over year doesn't really tell you the full story, right?
Mm-hmm. So would you like to be compared to communities similar in size?
Right.
Okay.
That's-
Yep, I can do that. Like I have those stats already, in my analytics
Okay.
dashboard, so I can definitely do that. Yeah. I just kind of want to try and keep it simple for everybody,
Yeah, I
but
mean, I don't know. It wouldn't necessarily have to be every platform, but that
Mhm.
might give us an idea of how we're doing versus other resort communities.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Not to rub it in, but we have about twice the following on Facebook as the town of Winter Park.
Well,
Do we really?
But that would be a good
Okay.
comparison, right?
Yep.
Because
Mhm.
it's a similar population.
Okay.
How do you know that, Michael?
I just looked at it.
I'm looking to.
And I feel like I say this every quarter, but before Sarah started here, we had about 100 and something followers on our Facebook feed that we were using for advertising town things, and now we're at 5.3 thousand.
Awesome.
So all the efforts from Sarah for swag and marketing and all that, I think is paying dividends and it's driving traffic, and we're supporting the economics here in the town and the valley. Just think it's on a good track.
No, and
I
I see it, I see a lot of people commenting on our Facebook page, and I think that's great. I think the conversation, even good, bad, or indifferent, I think just to get it out there and let people discuss things, it's good, And a lot of the time it's positive feedback, that our public works crew is doing a great job or something like that. So that's
Great.
but I can add that for you. I
Great.
think that's
Great.
a good idea.
Okay, thank you.
Benchmarking.
Mm-hmm. And then, so Fire and Ice, I got a call from Keith Martin. They're part of this nice snow sculpting group. They're booking already. So he's kind of wondering what we're thinking. Are we, like, what are you guys thinking for Fire and Ice 2026? It's the 5th anniversary. What are your thoughts on a snow sculpture in December? I'm going to bring that idea back.
Ooh, not enough snow.
They can make snow.
Okay.
Do we want to do something similar that we did last year? Do we want,
I said interactive snow for the kids.
Mhm.
They just make a slide out of whatever mound.
a
they
dirty
have.
pile of snow? So something
like
more interactive?
would be nice.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Big slides and tunnels and stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, we potentially have a new bike park out there as well. I like the idea of some activities using that,
Mhm.
such as, what was the croquet idea?
Yeah, we were talking about,
Okay,
we were talking about snow putt.
I think, we have a couple ponds that could be cleared, and there could be ice skating.
Mhm.
There's so much opportunity out there that's potential.
Yeah, maybe you can put this on the agenda for a subsequent meeting. I mean, there are a lot of ideas out there, but I don't know. We're all ready to
Right.
discuss it right now.
So I guess,
After the pack.
Come up with some ideas that maybe we can bounce around and
my question for you is, because SNICE is already booking people and they book out fast, should I have like?
What did they do for us? Did they do those 2 sculptures for us
Mhm.
last year?
Yes.
Okay.
That was the pyro, 2 pyros. Oh, you had the Fraser
Mm-hmm. And then the 2 ice towers.
ice towers. Yeah, the fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a safe bet to book them for the event, but
Yeah.
not for a December bigger build?
I don't think we should go in December, personally.
I think
just
we should
because
have
it's
them done at
December's so
time.
busy. Early December.
So what Sarah's talking about is what was discussed last year was
50,000.
They're
We're building a snow pile.
more money to look at something that can be put in that can be for fire and ice, but it can be used for several months
Before.
before,
Gotcha.
or at least 1 month, beginning of December kind of
Okay,
thing.
thank you.
Um,
Clarifying that.
So it'd be ready by like the holiday season.
Mm,
when
In
there's a lot of
theory,
people,
yes. Mm-hmm.
Is the idea.
I know, but it gives them something to do in Fraser.
an attraction.
Yeah.
People are always looking for things to
Does
do.
that kind of contract include upkeep if the weather
Yes.
was bad? and
Yes.
They
Mhm.
would be here weekly reshaping
Mhm.
it or? Okay.
Yep, it's all part of it.
Has the big event over there.
Who does?
A week long? Is
Right.
that-
Yes, they have the was it National Snow Sculpting Championship? Mm-hmm.
Let's start the international.
I
Just
think
call it one big.
Icebox of the internet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'd say it's fair to say we book them for the event at
Yep.
least right now and have them do a slide or like some tunnels for the kids to play in at least, so we have their spot held.
Yep, I like
Yeah.
that too.
And because they're gonna do something for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a strong opinion on the December thing, except for it's expensive, so.
Yeah,
that makes.
agreed.
Yeah, so long as the event is in December.
And then another thing that PAC has been talking about, and this is just this is a pie in the sky thought. What are your thoughts on the wooden troll like in Breckenridge?
It's pretty iconic, but it's also kind of associated with Breck.
Mm-hmm. Well, see the guy who builds them, they're all over the world. If you pull up like he's got a troll map and it's literally all over the world. So there are other ones in the US too.
So
What is it?
the question is specifically about him or just that a
Are you interested in anything like that? Are you interested in a troll?
Specifically.
He does trolls specifically, I think it could be like Fraser-esque.
Oh, yeah, I know, I'm familiar. I was just,
There's one in Minnesota that looks like a rabbit kind of, like I think it's dependent on like what you want. You can commission work from
but then
him.
we're talking about this guy's artwork, not
Yes.
just the concept of
Right.
having some.
Mhm.
That's what.
Because I think he has kind of a brand. Hmm?
What's the name of the artist?
Yep, that's him.
And this is coming from PAC. This is something that they would like to see.
We've talked about it a few times. If it's
There's some debate.
no, if it's possible, if it would be possible,
Where would we put it?
that's TBD, right? I think it would be great at the Lions Pond so you can drive by and just see it, but they're very expensive. So
I like they.
there would be some
Let's hold off for now.
creative fundraising, and is how Steve Fitzgerald puts it.
Let's hold off for now. We're working on our signage and the directional signage of the
Visuals and
train
brainstorm something that
station.
would be an attraction, like for Instagram and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like welcome to colorful Colorado Fraser, or or like Carl's shed over here on the corner of Myers and Northern.
Yeah.
How he had that Ike's Vacation Land postcard, like
Mhm.
retro looking. Have you ever seen that, Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so, yeah.
Super cool. And people take pictures of it all the time, but there's like a big one. You know what I mean? That said Fraser something. I think people would stop and take pictures in front of it.
Mm-hmm. So
Because
no,
you see them all the time, like on the bottom of Berthoud when it says "Welcome to Winter Park."
Mhm.
They're like fighting like 6 feet of snow trying to grab onto the thing.
so
you
no,
know?
no troll.
I think it would be awesome. I think it'd be so cool. I think
What is that? A
Uh,
troll?
I've never seen
some
one.
sort of troll, something designed by this guy.
How about the penguin idea?
Yeah, I think the penguin is.
Yeah,
good one.
Used to be Fraser
Bike would be cool, penguins. Okay, so we'll look into it a little bit and let you know what we find out.
Yeah.
Can you bring us back a proposal,
Okay,
different
and how we're gonna pay for it?
enticing?
I can tell you right now, it's anywhere between $300,000 to $500,000.
Yeah. Not this year. We're not gonna do it this year.
Okay, well.
Well,
Dude.
our in our heads, we find grants for it.
Yeah.
The town doesn't pay for it.
I think you'd have a lot of interested donors as well.
Yep.
But you know, how these things a lot of times work is if you figure out where you want to put it, you come up with a design of what you
Yep.
want, and you have a cost associated with it that can be updated every year or whenever you're ready to potentially pull the trigger, you can fundraise for it, you know, and even if
Yeah.
it takes a few years, it could be kind of,
What's the?
I don't
know.
think there's gonna be a lot of grant money in the next few
$5 a
years.
vote.
right.
What do you want?
Planet Earth would
I
be.
think there'd be a lot of personal interest.
Yeah.
It would be doing
Thomas
more
Urban?
donations than anything else.
Yeah, Dambo. Damn, yeah.
We could have a penguin holding the alien balloon.
All right. Any more questions?
Thank you, sir.
Don't forget Mural Fest, 1st through 3rd.
Yeah.
Oh, and the groundbreaking is on Tuesday for
What
the
is
bike,
that?
for the bike park.
What time is it?
It starts at 4:30 over at the actual, we're gonna
Tuesday,
do the ribbon
4:30.
cutting and stuff like that. And then we're
Okay.
gonna come over here and have some cookies and swag and then hang out for music.
Oh.
Okay,
that
great.
makes sense.
We're doubling up on events and swag too.
I like it.
That trail is actually cool.
It's super cool.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Great.
Thanks.
Good job. Thank you.
Okay. CML takeaways. Trustees. All right, Peggy's ready.
I brought my notes.
Good.
I went to a class about wild WUI, wildfire urban interface. And the state has just adopted a fire code. It's called the State Wildfire Resiliency Code. And so it adopted it on July 1st. We have until April 26th to adopt the code. And every jurisdiction has to adopt it. And then we have until July 1st to be compliant with the code that we adopted. And you can make your code more stringent than the state code, but it can't be less stringent. It's not a retrofit code. It applies for new construction, defensible space around structures, both residential and commercial, and also applies to significant alterations, additions, or repairs. Does not apply to interior alterations or 35-acre one structure buildings, 35 acres. It's based on actual present conditions, and you can either exceed or meet them. And they've got a bunch of tools on how to get the word out and start to get the community buy-in, because it is going to significantly change the building code. So one of the community buy-ins that I'm suggesting is, I'm going to pass this out, but this is Connor's documentary that was on PBS, Weathered, and Shelley, who was the fire chief, I think, in Granby.
Yeah.
She's organizing this. It's going to be in Fraser at the library on the 16th, in Grand Lake at the library on July 23rd, and then on August 14th, Boundary Cinema. So, so anyway, I'll pass these out and you can get people to come. I think it would be good. Cool. So,
Anybody else? Stuff from CML?
I have a few things. Did you
Go
have
ahead.
something too, Julie? The blinded by the light, dark sky working. And we have our share of light pollution around here, and some of it's part of the county. You know, the serious glare, as we all know, from the Tubing Hill. But there's a local chapter and down in Boulder, Dark Sky International is the big one. And they say that science has proven that, and research that the yellow light actually provides better visibility than the bright white. And they showed it in a photo of a guy coming through a fence, a gate in somebody's backyard. So eventually, I think it's going to be worth it for us to start looking into it. They did say it's better to come from the community versus having it mandated from the town. So who knows, when I'm off the board, I might jump on that wagon and see how that goes. Give me something to do. keep bugging you guys.
She's threatening.
Golden, I think I mentioned this, Michael, he kind of, anyway, they're the first municipality in the nation to opt for a compressed work schedule. They have 4 32-hour work week days, but they're paid for 40. Days off are staggered, but they have found that their staff is much more productive and focused. And there's a good work-life balance, raises morale and retention, which we haven't had a problem with, but 92% of the adoptees since 2022 still do it. And it saved them money, and even in their police departments. So I thought that was interesting. And then Ty, who was the mayor of Alamosa, he had just a couple of pearls to share. And one was the definition of team. Together, everyone achieves more. I like that. And he said, if your why is big enough, the how finds a way. So when we're looking at funding and making projects happen, if that why is big enough, the funds, it'll find a way. There you go. That's it.
Nice.
You want to go or?
Go ahead.
I had a couple of things. One, the legislative update, the House Bill 25-0 or 1039, commercial vehicle muffler. So that's this new state law that was signed by the governor back in May. And this mandates all commercial vehicles be equipped with a muffler. There has a, I can pass this around, but it has a bunch of language around that and fines and citations and stuff. But I assume we do not need any type of resolution or something. This is a state law now. We just need to enforce it, which to me means we need to, put signage up and enforce the rule. This is similar to what you're talking about, the lighting issue, is a noise abatement issue, and it's particularly problematic coming from the rec center down into Fraser. So I would be supportive of moving forward with some type of initiative involving the police department to get, some enforcement around this new law. There were several discussions around the budget, which I found kind of interesting, that Colorado this year and the next year has a $1.2 billion deficit. There have been a lot of cuts. And next year they're predicting 600 to 700 million deficit unless there's something pretty significant done. So to me, that means essentially there's not going to be much grant money going forward, probably at least over the next couple years. So we need to keep that in mind. I think we need to be, fiscally conservative in our approach, because we may be really pressed with our budget for the next few years. So we need to keep that in mind. And then they also were talking about, a 50% chance of a recession next year, which means there's going to be less people, vacationing and traveling here, which, will potentially have a decrease in sales tax and other things. So we just need to be, cognizant of that, next couple of years, we potentially are going to be short money, and will not be able to count on the grants that we've gotten in the last few years. A couple other things I thought were interesting ideas that came up around developing some type of, chat box or something for the town on the website. And Sarah, you probably are aware of this, but
I had one at one point. It wasn't getting a lot of action, honestly. But what I could do now, this was before AI, so it was like 6 years ago. I could install like an AI chatbot, which I don't know if that's better or more annoying. Like sometimes they can be annoying, but sometimes they can be super helpful.
Right, I'm just thinking something on the website that people could interact with and not take up staff time and would, be
That-
able to provide answers
That would be
more
AR.
quickly. It's an AI tool, essentially, it'll be installed on the website, and then also for the train station.
Mhm.
If we could develop something, people arrive here, they could, ask, get answers to their questions kind of right on the spot.
That's a good idea.
And then the other thing that I thought was interesting is trying to engage people in the community to help solve problems. We have a lot of people in the community have a lot of varied experiences, and we could lean on their expertise and get them involved, and potentially be a pipeline to get people involved in other areas of the town and potentially the town board. So I'm not sure exactly how we would do that, but if there are projects or something we're working on, to put something out there and see who's interested and what expertise they can bring, to some committee or something that they could help with. So that was another good idea I thought came up. Anyway, that's
All right.
Well, you took everything I think I was gonna say. So
No.
I don't know if anybody else has something to add.
I'm gonna say a cool one on nuclear energy, but I don't think we're ready for that.
They
Yeah.
classified that as clean energy now.
We need to attract some people to run for board. That could be a good thing to discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the main speakers and then sub two, they said use AI. It's happening. It's happening, and we need to embrace it and jump in with it because it's really, really useful.
Yeah, and Lewis, the AI idea for like the train station or for our home website for Explore Fraser, just to ask a question about, where to get a drink or food or close to a park or whatever. It's
Yeah.
a great idea. We've also talked about AI for land use and zoning because some other staff may argue this point, but I think when it comes to the longest customer service calls and inquiries, it's typically related to land use planning.
Yeah.
For developments approved or just questions about what they can do with their property or property that they're even interested in having bought it yet. So a lot of time spent for our planning and zoning, primarily our planners on that type of work, and having some type of AI that really focus on that. I think if we're starting something like that focus, I think would be really, really helpful.
all right.
Yeah.
Or even something broader around the town code. I mean, you can pull up the town code and you can do a word search and it pulls up all this stuff, but some way that, you could use an AI tool to get an answer, because the town code is long and complicated, right? It's really hard to find what you're looking for. So that's another idea that you could use AI for.
Everything that applies
Yeah,
to your
it's a good thought.
Okay.
My biggest just takeaway from that was just how our greatest assets really are staff. And I may be a little biased, but I think they're doing awesome. And
Absolutely.
I think we're getting a lot of things done. Some good resources for economic development that I want to look more into. And, we have I think within the town and the community, I think there's a sense of culture with Fraser, but something that I think would be good for discussion in the future with the board would be talking about like mission values and vision statements that could really help unify the community. We're working on a lot of different projects, a lot of different initiatives, but having some discussions about like, what's a solid vision statement that we feel like we could all get behind that really redirects the focus on everything that we're doing, and it kind of ties all the projects together and helps them make more sense. And then when you're engaging with the community, like Brad Rum does with this board right here for picnic in the park, he sets that up and he answers questions and gives people updates, and people have been really enjoying that. But just something to think about. I think that could be something worth discussing. I think once we kind of get out of the heavy project season that we're doing right now. But that was one of the things that I went to, was just talking about that and, for the board, for the community, and then also internally with staff, as far as like, these are the types of things that we do, and these are the types of things that we don't do. And having those discussions and having that kind of integrate into like the interview process or annual reviews with staff, I think would be helpful. So again, it just kind of recirculated back just building that sense of unity with community and having a good focus for, you know, the values and missions for staff and for the board and for our residents and business owners and stakeholders.
No, it's good. Actually, I think we could do a better job of highlighting our achievements, that what we've accomplished over the last, couple years or so. And getting that out in front of the community, because a lot of people don't know what we've done, and I don't think we probably are getting the credit that we deserve for all the hard work we've been doing. So
I've been thinking about like a state of the town address that we can do annually or quarterly or whatever we want to do. But we haven't done those in the past.
right,
it would
I
be a
think
really
that'd
good
be
idea.
great, Brian.
Well,
I
and
think
to your,
annual would be fine.
and to your comment, Lewis, about getting people, drawing in people with experience and different things, like just stating, like, you know, here's the challenges that we're currently facing. We don't know how to solve them, but here's the challenges, and then see, you know,
Right.
that can bring people in to provide comments or input that may be of great value. So
Exactly.
you don't know how you really solicit that kind of feedback unless you just know who it is. But for something like that, you know, that could just be like, here's the challenges we're facing, and we're working on some approaches to them, or maybe we got some of them better handled, but some of them maybe we don't. And it's just, I think this is good transparency with the community as far as how can we, you know, just what we're working on and what we're dealing with.
So, Sarah, how would you get that out to the community? Where would you, I mean, well, no, soliciting, you know, input from the community and trying to harvest some of the resources that we have, that getting people involved.
I mean, I think we could use all of our outlets, you know. Social media is a great tool. Like I said, we always get comments on our posts anyways. So we could use that. We could do a live video and just, you know, tell people to tune in and submit their questions and ask questions and, you know, do that kind of thing. There's tons of options. Put it on the website with a form, but I like social media quite a bit.
I mean, I don't think that many people actually look at, or, well, I know that many people tune into the board meetings, but
Right.
there aren't that many people that watch them on YouTube either, right?
Not a ton.
Mhm.
I think it's like I mean, before I worked for the town, like I would never tune into a town
No.
board meeting. So I think it's like events like Picnic in the Park, where it's a little bit more relaxed and people are a little bit more open to learning, and you have to make it like digestible for the average person too. So yeah, I think, you know, all of our outlets we could use. Is the answer.
Yeah.
It might depend on what we're trying to accomplish or what the projects are.
All right. Let's move on to updates. So first one is that our former board member Eileen Waldo passed away. What, about a week and a half ago or so? She was on the board for 12 years, from April 2012 to April 2024. She was mayor pro tem for 7 of those years. She was the acting mayor for the last 4 months that she was on the board. She had a huge impact on this valley, and yeah, I guess if anybody else wants to add anything, I would open it up to you all.
I think she was a great source of information, and she had a platform at Safeway that was unique that we'll never get back.
That's true. And at Safeway too, that example is she was always kind and listened and answered questions and was great outreach for the community. Extremely intelligent, and she got our sustainability programs going here for the town of Fraser. So I think those are places that we can carry on with.
That's how I remembered the sustainability and the environmental science and that stewardship that
Yeah.
she brought forward.
That was huge. So her memorial is Sunday, Church of the Eternal Hills at 2:00. That's happening there in the town of Fraser. is buying food and our appreciation for her. I ordered up a bunch of yummy stuff from Safeway, and we'll get some more. And Safeway's buying flowers. I'm guessing there'll be a couple, 200-300 people there, so should be a good turnout.
So, emails have been flying around a little bit about honoring Eileen, and I think everyone's on board to do something to honor her. In the mayor's hour on Tuesday, Peggy and Michael and I were kind of floating ideas around, and we kind of kept coming back to the same theme of her tenacity with holding developers accountable. She was always the one that read every word of every board packet, and she knew the right questions to ask, and she had a memory like a steel trap to be able to say, well, you said this 15 years ago, and we're going to hold you to it.
Yeah, that's
Um,
she will be missed for that.
yes, absolutely. So we were considering with the development of Clayton Court and the potential for a pocket park, maybe it's like the comprehensive plan and it goes all the way from 40 and Eisenhower straight to the river, or maybe it's just the park, kind of yet to be determined. But I would love either the park itself or something within the park to be named after her. So just want to plant that seed, and that park and whatnot hasn't been formed yet, but that's kind of the thought.
Okay.
I think that'd be great. I think we need to carry on the history of the town, and there's some things that just are kind of nonsensical names that so I think that would be,
But I think it's bigger than just Eileen. I think the Waldo
Yeah.
family, I mean,
It's true.
as a whole, yeah, I mean, they're impressionable on me in my 30-some years here.
Well, back when
As a neighbor, as, everything. Yeah.
when we first started Grand Recycles, the Waldo family volunteered. They were right there. Isla. Isla accepted my award for Citizen Recycler of the Year because I was on a vacation in Montana with my family. It's pretty fun. So, yeah.
so do you remember how she got put on the board? She was a write-in candidate, and she had signs. Clark pulled his application 5 minutes before the deadline, and there was no one else running, so he would have automatically been on the board. So she was the write-in candidate. She had signs all over town saying, "Where's Waldo?"
Ah!
I remember seeing that summit. Ingrid had a big one of the.
That's
Whole
great.
Street.
That's a good recall.
Yeah.
It's great.
And she won.
She won. Write-in candidate one.
All right. Well,
It's pretty
here's
great.
to Eileen.
Yeah.
Great lady.
Okay. Let's get a bike park update.
So I mentioned the Sarah mentioned most of it in her marketing update, just that the bike park ribbon cutting program will be on July 22nd from 4:30 to 6. And then afterwards, we have the party here at Old Schoolhouse Park. People could come over, have snacks and refreshments, get some swag, and then stick around for the music. I don't have any additional updates because that's Sarah's ballpark. That's
So
what I got.
they do have that whole area outlined in Waddle. I get to see it every time I come up and down from the house, and it's a good footprint, and storm water is at a good focus, a really great focus for that project, to make sure that we're being good stewards of the Fraser River and runoff and all that. Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. Couple updates I have. Comprehensive plan open house. The next one will be on July 30th from 4 to 7 p.m. at the rec center. So that'll be a follow-up to the previous one that was in January. And I just wanted to apologize for running out of the last meeting. I just found out that my mother had passed at the last meeting, and but we are able to have a great service in Arkansas and really honor her. So, so I just want to just let you guys know about that and just appreciate all the condolences and the words for that, as my family's been going through that. And yeah, it was
You don't need to apologize for that.
well,
Yeah.
I just like to explain my
Yeah.
things, but also just thank everybody for the words and comments and things. It's been good. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I have an update about Highway 40. So Northwest TPR put the expansion of 40 on the priority list. We were given 30% design funding, which, you know, doesn't take you very far, but they took the old feasibility study that they did in 2017 or so, and now we are helping with the design of it. 30% design will be done in like 10 months or so. It takes a while, but we just found out that we got $20 million earmarked for the project for phase one, probably for 2029. So
It's a ways away.
it's a ways away, but I mean, it's gonna take probably, I mean, the fastest it could move is probably 3 years anyway. And they did say that once CDOT puts money towards a project, if it's ready, they'll a lot of times push the money up. They'll move the money up.
So, I mean, I guess we're at early design, but are they still thinking about a roundabout?
We're pushing for a roundabout at Old Victory and 40. I'm also pushing for an underpass for pedestrians and bikes there, since the bike park will be on, you know, one side of 40 and the trails on the other. CDOT is also suggesting a potential underpass at Elk Creek, or the Holiday Inn. So, kind of make more of a bridge out of that area and have an underpass. Should be really, really cool. So more ways to cross 40 that aren't like Frogger.
And that first phase just comes to the Safeway intersection, right?
Clayton Avenue.
What's that?
This phase that you're talking about, that-
Clayton Avenue is what
Clayton
we're
Avenue.
doing. Yeah. And it's a full redesign of that Safeway light. So
Clayton Avenue to Rendezvous.
yeah, Clayton Avenue to Rendezvous Road. So 4 lanes the whole way.
We don't have good signage at that light.
Yep.
People don't know which street that is.
Mhm.
There's a little.
Well, one
sign that
direction
says-
it's 804, or the other direction it's 73. So
Sign once you get on by Safeway that says 804.
yeah.
There's nothing at the intersection.
Yep. I've been getting emails from a concerned citizen about the signage at that light.
Is that me?
No.
We'll ask about bigger signage on the actual hills. And I don't know what's been beating that light to death. There's red light has just been getting crushed, like the corner just keeps bending backwards. I don't.
Yeah, up
The
top.
wind?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed
So I've
that.
been meaning to reach out to him about
I haven't
that.
noticed that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that this morning.
Where?
The one that's
Yeah.
set over on the.
Yeah,
How did it get-
like the left-hand turn, like,
Really?
Yeah.
Lights and it's like bit back.
wonder if some big bird ran into it or.
Well, it's been doing it
Big
slowly.
bird.
Oh,
Like it's
huh.
wind or.
Strange.
Anybody else have updates?
The River District actually just had their quarterly board meeting here in Winter Park at the Headwater Center, which is fairly unusual for them not to be in Glenwood, for them to take it on the road. But for them to spend 3 days up here, this is 15 different counties of leaders on the waterfront, and yeah, they came to
Cool.
Winter Park
Awesome.
Fraser area.
Cool.
And they were
Wonderful.
happy to be out of the western slope.
Mhm.
Where, I mean, it's
Oh,
10
I
times
bet you.
drier and 10 times hotter, and so they were very pleased to be here.
Awesome.
Cool.
That's great.
So everybody got their tickets to the Jazz Festival?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that.
These come from the chamber? Nice.
Working
You
in
did.
there.
Very fun.
You responsible
is-
for that?
Oh,
It's
it
a
comes with us
rebel-
being on the board.
Well, last year they didn't give us passes. They just, well, you just
I know,
showed
but
up and
we have a board position.
showed your ID, or I don't know.
The
Yeah.
VIP now with Peggy on
We
there.
have a board.
Very nice. Thank you,
Is
Peggy.
it actual VIP?
Everybody's
Is this
Oh,
really
no,
great?
sorry.
No, I don't think it's VIP.
Wow.
It's, uh,
I was curious, do we possibly get tickets to Zope or?
To what?
The circus?
Yes.
What?
don't
Can
You
you
gotta
spell?
go, you gotta go help them down there though. Gotta make them lasagna or something in the kitchen.
Okay.
They have a potluck. Do you
A
guys remember
barter?
that?
Yeah.
Guys, I'll let you know. I'll send an email.
Yeah.
They do like a potluck dinner for the town
Huh.
at the Zoppy Circus. Has anyone
Soapy
ever done
does?
it?
No.
Heard of it, yeah, never. But it's this weekend, right, for circus? Yeah.
Circus.
It runs for a full week.
Yeah,
That's
it's a while, yeah.
It's so
Fun.
cute.
Zope.
Okay, anything else?
I moved to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in
Third,
favor?
fourth.
I.
All right,
Yeah.
7:15.